In a quiet little village, two boys were the closest of friends. One was just 6 years old and the other 10. They played side by side, shared their meals, and did everything together, as if they were one heart into bodies. One bright afternoon, they ran out of the village, laughing and chasing each other across the fields. "You'll never catch me," the older boy called out, racing ahead. "Oh yes, I will," the younger one shouted, his laughter ringing in the air. But as they ran, the older boy failed to see a deep well hidden behind a patch of overgrown bushes. In a flash, his foot slipped, and he tumbled straight into the well. "Help, I can't swim," he cried, splashing wildly in the cold water. The younger boy skidded to a stop at the edge of the well. He froze, eyes wide with fear. His best friend was struggling, sinking. The village was too far. There was no one else around. Then he spotted something, a bucket, with a rope tied to it. Without thinking twice, he grabbed the rope and hurled the bucket down into the well. "Grab it, hold on," he shouted. The older boy clung to the bucket. But that was only the beginning. With every ounce of strength in his small body, the 6-year-old began to pull. His tiny hands shook, his arms ached. Still, he pulled. He braced his feet, gritted his teeth, and hauled with all his might. "I won't let go, I won't let go," he whispered to himself over and over. The rope slipped once, just a little. Sweat ran into his eyes. His heart beat like thunder, but he didn't stop. With one final, desperate pull, the younger boy managed to drag his friend out of the well. Both boys collapsed onto the grass, gasping for air. For a moment, they just lay there, catching their breath. Then, without a word, they turned to each other and burst into tears. They clung to one another in a tight hug, overwhelmed by everything that had just happened. "You saved me," the older boy whispered, his voice shaky. "Of course I did," the younger one replied, trying to smile through his tears. "Who else would I play with if you were gone?" They sat in silence, trembling, partly from fear, partly from relief. But then another thought struck them like lightning. "Oh no," the older boy groaned. "What if our parents find out? We're going to be in so much trouble." They hesitated, nervously exchanging glances. But deep down, they knew what they had to do. They couldn't hide the truth. When they finally reached the village, they ran straight to their families, their words tumbling out as they explained everything that had happened: the fall, the rescue, the rope, the bucket. But instead of praise or amazement, the villagers burst out laughing. "A 6-year-old pulled a 10-year-old out of a well? Nonsense," someone scoffed. "He can barely lift a full bucket of water." Another chuckled. "You two and your wild stories." The boy stood there, stunned and heartbroken. No one believed them, except for one. An old man stepped forward from the crowd, Uncle Frederick. He was the wisest man in the village, known for his calm eyes and kind smile. He listened quietly, nodding as the boys spoke. Then slowly he smiled. "The question isn't how he did it," Uncle Frederick said, his voice calm and steady. "The real question is why he could do it." At once, the laughter stopped. A hush fell over the crowd. He went on. There was no one around to tell him he couldn't. No voice said, "You're too small," or "You're too weak," not even his own. The villagers looked at the boy, really looked at him this time, and in that moment, they understood. The boy hadn't known he wasn't supposed to be strong enough. So he simply became strong enough. Moral of the story: the only limits we truly have are the ones we believe in. If no one tells you that you can't, you'll find a way to show that you can. Doubt weakens us, belief strengthens us. So believe in yourself, because when no one says you can't, that's when you discover you can.